Hello, my name's Fliss. I'm going to talk to you about careers in STEM subjects. I work at the Careers Network here at Loughborough University. So STEM is the acronym that stands for Science, Technology, Engineering and Maths. Under Science, we've got a couple of courses listed there: Biology, Chemistry. Under Technology, we've got Computer Science. Engineering has a lot of different courses listed under there, including Chemical, Electrical, Automotive, Architecture, manufacturing, mechanical, all sorts. And then under Maths, we've got Mathematics, Economics, Accounting, Finance. I'm going to take you through some of these in a little more detail today. So to begin with, we'll start with science. These are the science-related careers that you could go into with either a chemistry or a biology degree. Keep in mind that some of these jobs will require further study and qualifications, and they can be quite competitive to get into, and that's why work experience is quite important. But for instance, under chemistry, we've got a forensic scientist, medical sales, sustainability consultant, or under biology, you could go into medicine with further study, physiotherapy, maybe into teaching even. So with some of our courses, we've looked at some of the recent graduates, what careers directions they've gone into, what companies they've worked for and what roles they've undertaken. So these are some of the recent ones from the chemistry degree programme. We've got some big household names on there, such as Amazon, GSK, working for the Home Office, and some of the job titles are listed in the middle from some of the recent graduates that we've got. In terms of chemistry degrees, of those surveyed, 87.2% of those available were in work or further study 6 months after graduating from Loughborough University. And the average salary, the mean salary for those students, was £23,859 for full-time graduate level employment. Those statistics are just based on UK students only. So when looking at what roles our graduates went into after completing a biology degree at Loughborough, we found that 94.6% of those who were available were in work or further study. And the average salary of those students was £23,061 for full-time graduate level employment. Those statistics, again, are based on UK students only. In terms of companies and jobs that were related to the biology degree, we've got Birmingham Women's Hospital, Tesla, we've also got GSK, and there were a number of roles in the NHS. Again, you can see the job titles in the middle of the page there. But there were also some students who opted to go into organisations that weren't necessarily directly related to their degree programme. So that included Mondelez, and there were also a group of students who undertook further study at university. Now looking at computer science related to careers, here are some of the job titles that our computer science students who've graduated have gone on to undertake. As you can see there, we've got things like games developer, web developers, software engineers, again, secondary school teacher, IT consultants, cybersecurity analyst, applications developer, a real variety of job roles come out of these computer science related programs. We've seen at the university that computer science is a degree that is currently in huge demand, and the labour market with the rise of artificial intelligence and cloud technology, as they need more workers looking at building and programming new things as well as managing the cyber threats. So computer science students typically do very well as graduates. In terms of statistics and salaries, 94.5%, a huge percentage of those available for surveying 6 months after graduation were in work or further study. And the average salary for a computer science student was a huge £29,953 for full-time graduate level employment for UK students. Some of the companies and job roles that our graduates went into 6 months after graduating. Again, we've got some good household names on here: ASOS, BBC, Barclays, and there's a list of sort of job roles in the middle there that relate to some of these organisations. So when people study engineering, they mostly all become engineers that are in line with the type of engineering that they've studied, although some graduates do work in business and finance roles. The types of engineering that we do at Loughborough University include things like automotive and aeronautical engineering. So this is typically working on cars, vehicles, air transport vehicles. There's some small machines, some big machines, some huge, enormous machines. We've also got chemical and materials engineering. So for chemical engineers, they use chemistry, physics, mathematics, and economics to efficiently use, produce, transform, and transport chemicals, materials, and energy. Whereas for materials engineers, they typically work with metals, ceramics, and plastics to create new materials. Materials engineers develop, process, and test materials used to create a range of products, from computer chips to aircraft wings to golf clubs and biomedical devices. We've also got electrical engineers. They typically focus on electronics and electricity for products and processes. And mechanical and manufacturing engineers who develop and create physical artifacts, production processes, and technology. It's a very broad area which includes design and development of products. Finally, civil and building engineers, they build both buildings as well as transport systems, roads, bridges, infrastructure. So here are some of the companies that our engineers from Loughborough University have gone to work for. Again, we've got some big household names on there. Dyson is a very popular one. Jaguar Land Rover, JLR. We've got Caterpillar, BAE Systems, Rolls-Royce, L'Oreal, JCB. But a hugely growing area for engineers is now robotics engineering. And those jobs will include things like medical robotics, audiovisual engineers, and pharmaceutical technology. So just looking at some of the data for a selection of our engineering courses, aeronautical and automotive, 91% of those who were available during the survey were in work or further study. Average salary was 26,700. And then for materials engineering, a whopping 98% of those were in work or further study, and the average salary very similar, 26k. So for electrical, electronic and systems engineering, we've got 90% in work or further study, again 26k average. Mechanical engineering 95%, and again 26 to 27k. Civil and building even higher, so 97% in work or further study, and the average salary there is probably about the highest of the lot, 27.5. So a maths degree can open up a range of different career options. We've got some of them displayed on the screen here. So could go to into engineering, into technology, and even into the finance sector. Just bear in mind that some of these options, such as perhaps teaching or engineering, would obviously perhaps involve some element of further study, but a maths degree can open up a really wide and broad range of different career options. And the type of organisations that our students go to work for, again, range enormously from retail, such as River Island, right through to finance, including Deloitte, PwC. Teach First is obviously a teaching, education sector, and then we've got Unilever as well. So yeah, a real broad range of career options there. And for the maths students, 86.8% were in work or further study, with a graduate salary of almost 26k. If you'd like to find out any further information on some of the things I've said today, we do have a few websites and sort of signposting you to various either employability resources or further data. So there's Prospects, which is a fantastic website. It's got a few surveys on there, so it will really help you to understand what it is that you like about studying, what kind of topics are of interest to you, and it can help sort of give you perhaps a bit of inspiration on what type of subject you might want to study in the future and what career options that could lead to. But there's also several other websites there. We've got sort of university websites. There's if you look on individual universities, you'll find their specific employability data, some graduate profiles, which employers they're linked to. So yeah, there's a range of resources if you wanted to read anything further.